HafenCity is a waterside city located in Hamburg, Germany. It's the biggest inner-city development in Europe and is a project of urban regeneration. Our site is 1.2 kilometers from Hamburg center. Its land area is 127 hectares, overall making 157 hectares of former port and an industrial land. It was destroyed during the Second World War and then rebuilt with a new modern architectural buildings, reusing the area. Still, it has an unwelcoming and unused feeling because there are not a lot of people on the streets. Harborside HafenCity is known for the landmark Elbphilharmonie Hamburg Concert Hall. The red brick warehouses of the 19th century Speicherstadt Complex House, the Spice Museum, and miniature Wonderland model railway. In our project, we are aiming for a more active and attractive, lively neighborhood with a lot of communication and interaction between residents, tourists, and workers. An important key is the connectivity inside the HafenCity as well as to the rest of the city. We planned one main road which connects the north and the southeast of HafenCity. Furthermore, it has a different connection to the highway. We want to encourage people to avoid using cars and instead use the more environment-friendly ways of transportation such as bicycles or public transport. This is why we want the secondary streets to be a shared space and be used for both public transport and local access only. The spaces between the buildings are also shared spaces or only for pedestrians or cyclists. We planned 4 big public green spaces. We took the existing Sandor Park and Grasbrook Park in the west and expanded them. We did the same with the Losef Park on the east side and added a new park in the south, which creates a connection for pedestrians across the water. The public transportation system connects everything. There is a subway line which has stops at the Sandor Park, the center, the residential part in the south, and in the industrial part. This is perfect for workers who go to the offices but don't live in HafenCity. The bus line goes through the west side along the water and the Elbphilharmonie. The tram line in the east connects the cultural parts with the campus and the residential area in the south. We have different uses in HafenCity. We place the commercial center along the main road, where a lot of buildings' facades are facing the street, and it's then spread into a connecting space near the water. There are 2 neighborhoods with a mainly industrial use, a cultural center in the east, only mainly residential use part in the south. Furthermore, we want to create a campus north of the university. We also want to encourage people to go in all parts of HafenCity, and this is the reason why we created a lot of mixed-use neighborhoods. Generally, we have commercial or gastronomic uses in the ground floor, so it is attractive for pedestrians. Our main focus is on the cultural part at the east side. We are reusing the old warehouses and creating a space for cultural activities such as theater, art exhibitions, or concerts. Next to the warehouses is a railway track, which is elevated. We wanted to create passages under the tracks to increase the connectivity. The spaces on the either side can be used for small shops. These pedestrian-oriented shopping streets can be key to making communities more livable, particularly when they are well designed, managed and strategically connected to networks of public transit, pedestrian paths, and bike routes. Therefore, on the other side of the railway tracks, we located a market with small individual buildings. The uses of these buildings can be changing all the time, from cafe, restaurants, or shops to art galleries. This creates outside spaces with different characters, depending on the use of the buildings. A commercial center is located next to the main road. The open space between the buildings creates an attractive meeting point with trees and restaurants. Also, these trees can be a very good shading in a sunny weather. In the middle, there is an old port office located. This building will be reused as a museum and a cafe. The alignment of the buildings create open spaces which will be used as green social centers for the residents.